Alright, in this video we're going to show you how to I'm going to show you how to put this key listener to use. I'm going to use the anonymous version, so this.add key listener, we add a new anonymous key listener, and we define the methods right here, or we're going to implement the methods right here in the constructor method for our game panel class. And so when certain events occur, we want to be able to do something with that information. We need to allow our ball object, let's say we want the ball to move based on up, down, left, right keys, okay? So instead of having it move based on dx and dy, a velocity, we are going to have the x and y be set by a method. So I'm going to erase this stuff. We're not going to have the ball update based on time anymore. We're just going to have it, so that's going to be an unimplemented method for the time being. We're going to add a method called public void key pressed, and we're going to have this accept an int, and then we're going to also add a method called public void key released, and this is also going to take in an int. And the intent of these methods is that they're going to be able to accept information from these key events. In fact, they're going to accept the integer that represents which key was pressed or released. The listener is able to constantly listen to the panel, and once you add this thing, it just does that automatically. That's built into Java. So we're going to say if k, we're also going to set up some booleans, to keep track of motion. So this allows for multiple keys to be pressed at a given time. Private boolean up, down, left, right. And we're going to make those things all equal to false initially, and we're going to pay attention to direction using those booleans. So up equals down equals left equals right equals false. You can do them kind of in a chain like that. That's just kind of a shorthand. And now we are going to set the values of those booleans based on the key input. So we're going to say if k, the integer that's passed over, equals this shorthand key event dot vk up, and equals, sorry, not single equal sign. If k equals this number, so this is just kind of a linguistic way to remember the integer value that represents the key on the keyboard up. In fact, we can print this information out, and I think it's like 86 or something. If they have pressed down on the up key, we want to set the value of our boolean up to true. And we can repeat this with up, down, left, and right. So we'll do 4 of these. If key event equals down, if down equals true, the value of our boolean down. If key event equals left, the value of left equals true. And if key event equals right, the value of right should equal true. We are going to do this precise thing in the key released method. But instead of setting the values to true, we're going to set the values to false to indicate that the person has released the key, and so we are no longer moving in that direction. And now in update, let's create another variable here. We're not using dx and dy right now, so I suppose we could delete those. Oh, not size, I mean speed. And we're going to set the speed of motion to speed equals, I don't know, 4. So that's how many pixels it will move per frame. And under update, we're going to say if up. So if the value of the boolean up is true, we want y to be reduced by the speed. So like, y goes up in value as it goes down on the screen. So if you're going up, you would take away the speed. So if down y plus equals speed, and if left x plus equals speed, and if right, x, left should be minus equals, plus equals speed, and we'll change this to minus equals. Okay, but we're still not there yet because in the game panel class we haven't sent the information from these methods over to the ball yet, but it's very easy to do so because we have that handy dandy method where the ball accepts input from the keyboard, or that's intended to accept input from the keyboard. We have key pressed and key released. So to send the information over there, all we have to do is say the ball dot key pressed, and we say e dot get key code. Now, what does this do? This says this is an event, and it's built into Java. So this is an object of type event that's going to be passed over to you from a part of Swing, like that knows how to pay attention to the keyboard. And this event, this object, has a lot of information. So this little thing e is actually a lot of information, and it can tell you what the integer is that represents the key that was depressed, okay? And so that's what we're doing. We're just saying e.getKeyCode. We could have created an integer here, int k equals e.getKeyCode. And then we could have passed over k. That's another way we could do it, just if it doesn't look super clear to you. So here we're just going to do the ball.key released, and then we're going to say e.getKeyCode. And let's see if I did all this correctly, and let's run our program. So now we should see the ball pop up, but it will not do anything. And then if I depress the keys, it will start to move. So I'm going to hit the up key now. Yes, I'm going to hit the left key. Yes, down. It moves all over the screen. And we can depress multiple keys at once to create a diagonal motion. Sweet. That's enough for this video.